So, um, so I am over here in my meditations, and oh my gosh, but between doing readings and the insights that are coming through, I just feel like I'm so close. Like I really need to tell someone. Like I need to share this information. So I'm always looking for those moments and times where I can do exactly that. Um, yeah, so new insights and information that I have, I'm absolutely going to um, continue to keep up with the information, make sure I'm giving you all the insights. Um, Upcoming, I wonder if I can share the insights that I get. Um, and with that said, if I can share give the information to you as I'm getting it, I would love to do that. But I already know how this works. I get insights. I do start to get insights on the 15th August, but I also get them in stages because the information is new. Like any new information, you have to kind of study. So I study the information and then I unravel it, and I just keep listening and then I get like the different any things that I'm going to talk about for the year upcoming. And this is a process that goes. I mean, it goes nearly to the end of the year. Usually by the end of November, I pretty much have it. So the rest of the time is spent, getting people who I'm working with, you know, information informed and getting them, in their ways, getting them strong so they can so we can all carry over into the new year our highest vibration, to do the things that we are going to do together, which is bring about the success of others. But if we play our cards right, as you know, I am a card reader, then what will happen is everyone will come along and be a part of the journey. And hello, hello, good to speak with you. Good to speak with you. I decided to come in for a little bit and say hello. Oh, absolutely. So how is everyone? Oh, you're new. Well, good to speak with you. I'm trying to get people in the focus because the energy is going to change, and I can't for some reason I can't sleep. So I'm a little bit high energy right now, and I haven't. I promise it's not because of caffeine, but yeah. So, anyways, I'm sitting here thinking I was like, okay, it's 11 days till the next chapter. Okay, are you all gonna be bothered when I say this? You do know that our astrological dates are not what they mainstream. Do you realize that? Have you all discovered that yet? Oh boy. Okay, so people think that we're in Leo season, for example, and we are actually not. I know, no, no one. I don't want to go changing the mind's world, and if you're born Leo, please be Leo. Be the best Leo you can be. But I do this for a living, so I have to be accurate. So I have to go by what the stars, the astronomers, they said, look, you cite the astrologers. Not that I don't want to believe, but I mean, how are you gonna tell me something and you're not even the stars aren't even right? So it's literally, and I could point you to the astrophysicist who made that point, and also, of course, De Gracie made the same point. So both a woman and a man, and that's an omen. So it's too many omens. Okay, the lady is from UK. He's American. Look. So And besides, the brain, the intellectual world reinstated Pluto as a planet. So Pluto is also a planet again. In fact, it's a major planet, not a minor planet, a major planet, and it also graduated with honors out of respect. So they gave respect and honor. Like the least I can do is like take the data and whatever much as I can understand it, I can understand dates. So what I'm all I'm saying is August 11th, excuse me, 11 days till August 10th. August 10th, we enter Leo. So when we enter Leo, so right now, pretty much if you naturally, okay, you know how they say energy will find you anyway? It's so true. Energy is going to find you anyway. So all you have to do is just follow spirit and you're okay. So you don't have to go running after Galactus. All you have to do, all you have to do is, but since you're here and I'm, this is what's keeping me up all night. All you have to do is know this: you would have already solved your puzzle because Mercury and Gemini's, you've already would have done your thing. Whatever great mystery of your life, it would have already revealed itself to you. So by now, and right now it's about, okay, I think we're pretty centered. We're as centered as we're going to get. By the way, I don't, you guys are doing so well listening. I'm going to try not to go all left field. I'm not going to ruin the experience for you. So I want to go straight to, so what makes this time so special? Okay, I've got 10 days. What am I supposed to do in 10 days to 11 till the 11th hour? Well, all you have to do is just center yourself. Your revelation's already coming. I'm pretty sure of it. Your revelation, you've already received it. All you have to do is start not allow yourself to forget what you're materializing, because sometimes it's kind of funny. Okay, so I have a client who's they're wait they're waiting for a contract, like a physical contract. They know they have it. The angels told them they have got it. I've told them they've got it. They told themselves they've got it. They've sent it out to the universe. And the person who they're working with told them they have it, but they need the so I can like the quicker I sign this, the safer I'm gonna feel. So yes, that is it's like the closer you get to the 10th, then that's our time of manifestation. It's an active time. Also, if you are, let's say, got some serious stuff, like we're joking, but let's say you're kind of dealing with some legal stuff, and you got a legal team and everything. This is a time where it's going to be easier to get them hyped, so to get them ready to fight for you. So yeah, they will get their fire, that the fire that you need them to have. Also, it's really great. Like if you're kind of like you enjoy being in the public, it's really good for that. If you're doing anything with stage, anything with public, even if it's a sidewalk stage, whatever you refer to as a stage, being in front of others is also perfect. That's why like lawyers stuff is perfect because okay, a lawyer had said it's kind of like acting, but it's serious work. It's argument and debating. It's all of it wrapped in one in a package. That's the way it was explained what a lawyer is. So, and I believe them. So I think that because anyways, like speech. So anything done with speech. Yes. So you're getting ready to see a lot of activity. This world in a good way. I don't mean this in a negative way. So don't go looking for signs and things like that for end times. I mean like uh things like I'm just meaning that the world itself is about to get pretty busy. And they're going to utilize the fire of Leo. It's all coming through Leo, so they be extraordinarily extrovert and wanting to do something physically, outwardly to express that. So that's a beautiful idea. It's where also, if for creative people, this is where your creativity becomes action. So, okay, so if you say, well, okay, so basically, so when people usually say, so basically, all you're saying is my creativity is becoming active. 1,000%, two thumbs up, and you'll have it. You got it from there. It's easy. Easy peasy. Can you remember that for me? Make psychic happy. It says, can you sing me happy? I don't know this song. Uh, see, you know the different zodiac. Yeah, there's the the NASA zodiac includes a 13th sign of ficus. I know you guys don't want to hear that from me, but I'm just saying. Yeah, and a ficus is November stuff. It it yeah, we gotta kind of. It's like, excuse me. That's a sign when everybody starts saying, excuse me, gotta get through here. That's a ficus. It's a healing sign, but you needed that sign to evolve. So let's say people say, no, I'm a Leo. Well, you're a Leo with some extra powers. You got some extra juice. That's why you say, why haven't I been feeling myself? That's because either you become more of your sign or you are tapping into other vibrations that make you you. I like you could think of it like that. I read a okay, so when all this was becoming known, I was reading the book. This is back in 2014, and it described it like look, you could think of it like just like other parts of you or powers of you awakening. Hmm. Oh, really? Yep, it's 3:23. Yeah, it's 3:23 a.m. my time. So, and my cards, they're already shuffled. I'm ready to work. Yep. So I don't have to go to psychic work. Not until like 10, but I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah. And I already read, foot on great grandma's and and grandma's soul. I didn't already read the book. So so now I'm ready for some devilment. And so yeah, so I thought I would come on and then share a little bit of insight, get you going, get get you all going and get you all inspired. I'm really good with inspiration for people, so that's what I typically do. Is I inspire people. I love inspiring people to greatness. I love when people call me back and tell me, guess what? And I like it when they're like, before it seemed like you all look, sometimes you all, well, not you, but directly, but people will come in, it's like, gosh, I just like, they're just like this. And I'm like, I just want to just take them and just, kind of straighten them out a bit. Once I do that, well, they're like, you can't tell them nothing. So I have clients that are like men and women, yeah, okay, I said that right. I had women in my brain. I think I meant to say women first, but I had women in my brain. And I was like, did I say that? Did I include both genders? So yes, yeah, both the women and the men. And oh my gosh, so many wonderful stories. Oh, by the way, I have an idea. I'm okay. So I've been storytelling. So I will tell the stories, things like that. But it will be based on yeah, it will be based on the stories of readings. So yeah, some of the stories are for teaching purposes, and currently I'm doing a story. That's where this bright idea came from. Um, and it's that one is did that happen? Oh yeah, no, it is based on a real story. A real lady from Africa, did she shared her story, And so, but I'm metaphysically telling it. So I'm fortune telling it. And it's a nice one. It's a nice one. It's different because usually I tell stories. It's astrological stories I love to tell. I love to tell the stories. Of, I'm that clairvoyant. I'll end up being that old clairvoyant, and one day I wear that all black suit, but not right now. I'm not ready for that. I do that. Oh yes, I know. My sharpness. Yeah, I have dapper. I already know how to do it. But if I didn't, there's a young lady at the shop who was a beauty queen pageant when I first met her, and she was gonna go do her thing in Florida, and she at least picked things out for me to wear red carpet, and then I put it on. Yeah, but but I always see myself like 20 years into the future of what I might look like. And of course I'm imagining only what Hollywood is putting on. I guess that's very limited dreaming, huh? But Hollywood always has like the most powerful clairvoyant. Remember Heroes? Now I don't want to be the old lady necessarily, but I'm just saying the idea, a bit powerful clairvoyant, you know. Yeah, that's my trajectory. 1,000%. That's my path. But along the way, in order to protect this gift, I have to know what I'm talking about. Because there's some real, I mean, all demons are not invisible. Some of them you can see. Some of them you can actually you shake hands with. So, oh, I love the Bhagavad Gita. By the way, the Bhagavad Gita is the Hindu Bible. That's a beautiful read. If you haven't read it, I know you're thinking, no, that's other religion. No, let me tell you what. The Bhagavad Gita could be one of the books in here. You wouldn't really know the difference if I wouldn't have told you like this is the Bhagavad Gita, and if I like take out keywords, you would the same conversation. Yeah, like only worship one. But except the Bhagavad Gita is very interesting. It will talk about instead of just saying the thou shalt not, it's like it explains why. Because so many people say, they'll say, don't you, thou shalt not, you shouldn't do this. And then we'll say, why can't I not? Well, you haven't told me why I can't. Well, the Bhagavad Gita does explain, like, this is why you shouldn't. Like, like the things you go to ask me stuff, and I'm giving you permission to ask me yourself. So why would you ask that person when I'm the one that I'm telling them things? So come ask me directly. You have my permission. You have my number. So yeah, it's pretty much in depth, and of course it uses the words and phrases of the Bible, like what's one what's even the whole what's his name, Doctor Martin Luther King. Even I mean, everybody uses this one. Pastors, ministers use it, but it's in the Bhagavad Gita, and it's okay. What is it? How's it go? I gotta get it right. How does it go? It says, um, I'm not gonna get it right. Something about to the effects of, um, because of, oh, my people are destroyed uh, by lack of knowledge. If I got it right, so that it says the exact phrasing. I'm like, they got that from this book. But also it uses all of the religious words like hope, faith, all of those words. And then as you read it, you start to realize it's not similar. It's exact. It's exact. But I know you don't want to believe me. That's why I'm telling you, don't take my word for it. It's a really good read just for wisdom's sake, because if usually when people talk about the Bhagavad Gita, what do they always say? Oh, it's Hindu, and Hindu has thousands of gods. More people are in that's people are interested in the thousands of gods, documentaries, but that's not the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita expresses that no, it's very monotheistic. It's completely monotheistic, with one deity, and also they treated, if you want to, okay, let's separate and think of two deities. So the Bhagavad Gita deity, right? I'm not going to say the name. Is it uses has personifications or names. Okay, so in the Bible, uh, that deity has many personifications or names, right? So, but however, that's the same person. However, that's the same person in the Bhagavad Gita. So very interesting. A spoiler alert. For example, Kali. Go on TikTok and people say Kali, Kali, and Kali is thought of as being a female woman goddess. But if you read the Bhagavad Gita, that's actually a side where the deity is expressing himself as being he always expresses himself as a he. He is his pronoun, but he who can create on his own. And so he's in the female, he's in the woman. And when he conquered himself, he even conquers himself. And there's this whole song about where because he's conquered himself, he's able to stand on his own pretty much. And then you see Kali. So Kali is actually him. I don't know if they know that, but I'm reading the Bhagavad Gita, and I'm on like, okay, so I never skip around in the Bhagavad Gita. I always read it straight through. It's like 18 chapters. Also, the Bhagavad Gita means Psalm of God. Psalms is in the Bible. Psalm, we all know, means song. So like, and also it's called Song of God. So yeah, very fascinating. I just love how they just seem to just go together. So of course I've been reading it, and I just felt like it's depth. How old is the Bhagavad Gita? It is 5,000. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, no, that's right. 5,000 centuries before BC. That puts us at 7,000. Okay. You have more Pepsi. Oh my gosh. I think I just like the can. I just like the color. I like the blue. I think that's what I like about Pepsi. I don't even have to drink it. It's like if I just see a Pepsi can, I'm like, that's so refreshing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lots of good things to talk about. And uh yes. Also, I'm going to keep on exploring with you guys. There's just so much that I want to share with you. I can't wait. New information that's coming in. August 15th is when I get special insight. I'm going to try this year to share the insight as I get it. Normally, I have to work all the way, I have to like, it's like, okay, so August 15th, I become enlightened. In other words, I gain more of something, whatever you want to call it. But it teach me, it's like you know how your boss will give you an assignment. So I'm just going to be given new instruction. Of course, you have to learn what that instruction is. So, and then, you add it on to what you already know. So that's pretty much how it goes. Because I'm a student, I guess. I learn it in aspects. So it's like universe will teach me something else in maybe in October, but usually I have it pretty much all what I need to know by November. So I think I can follow along, and if I share with like the progression, because what ends up happening is information about the following or the year upcoming. So yes, it's going to be information and the way that I'm going to read, meaning my styles change every year. So in 2026, the way that I read will be totally different. It will not be as like I the way that I read here in 2025. And I always share this insight of what the year means. I even say, well, this year the name is okay. So 2024 was the year of resources. This year is a year of partnerships. So if you felt like everything is snapping in place and you're finding your soul tribe, if you've been heavily contemplating meeting someone extra special, dating is fine, but I'm finding more and more that people are looking for that special something in the relationship. So it's a lot of that going on. That's what this year, in fact, means. This year is dominated by Venus through Libra personality. So you're getting a lot of Venus right now. Partnerships that now it doesn't have. Okay, so your life or your spiritual path is also, if it's truly your spiritual path, it's like the way that you think of a soulmate. Your spiritual path is exactly that. Like people who say they're in love with what they do in life. You're like, wait a minute, you're in love with work, but they say, well, this is what I was supposed to do, and they're up and they're like, or they claim that they stay up till 2 a.m. in the morning and working on. That's because that's their spirit path, and they don't get tired of. They have to literally pull themselves away from that work, that whatever that is. It's not a hobby. So this definitely. Well, I've been feeling like people are reuniting with that. Also, we've got this Saturn retrograde thing going on. People always will bring up Mercury, but but oh gosh, that's a whole nother conversation. But all retrogrades, let me tell you, retrogrades, only thing it means is that slow enough for you to recognize the energy, slow enough so that you could see exactly, well, depending on the planet, if it's Mercury or Saturn, whatever the planet is, even Venus. Actually, Venus was in retrograde earlier this year. This means slow enough for you to recognize what this energy is and what you should be doing and what you better get done before the energies pick up again. So that's how I read retrograde. But every time hear people speak of retrograde, usually it's go find a rock and hide under it. No, 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 no running. You have the spirit of courageousness. So what you're gonna do is whatever it is that your the Mercury represents in your world, you want to make sure that laptop is whatever it is. You got to take it into repairs. If you got to get it, if you got to clean it, it's like last chance, last call. If you have to do something with get the recalibration of your vehicle, whatever it is, or if you haven't talked to so and so, you've been grandmother, grandparents, whatever, parents, dad, mom, yeah, it was boyfriend, girlfriend. It was kind of left in the air. This is time to clear that up. That's what this would be more Mercury stuff. But the Saturn means something about you, something personal, something that you had started so long ago has come now full circle. So this is a time definitely where people are going to say full circle moment, please, please, please make this mine. And but of course it's gonna vibrate all those little, tingling feelings of, oh boy, because you might start thinking about what happened last time and with who, and doubts, and sometimes it's what people didn't tell you even affects you. Like sometimes a person can be amazing. Like you could have done everything right. You always follow the law. You never get in trouble. You just work, work, work. And you give it your all, but no one tells you that. So then you still when you go forward, you're not used to hearing when someone's is like when you see when someone starts to act in such a way that they are rewarding you. It's like you're being rewarded for the first time and you don't even know how to react. So, and it's like sabotage. Like, do I run? This can't be real. People, the world doesn't work like that. And and it's like, no, you don't. We don't. We face it. We don't go hide under a rock. So yeah. So if you gotten the feeling like what like you feel like you always have to pinch yourself, is this a dream? Please be real. Please be real. But it just parts and parts keep coming to pass. Doesn't mean you become so enlightened that you need no instruction. Just I mean, of course, the person, whoever is, helping you to fulfill your dreams can be, rigid, and they have their own personality and their own journey. But also, oh, that's another important idea. Okay, so the reason why we were able to find locate these very specific individuals. By the way, these are our true soul tribe, at least for now, as far as I could understand, to my understanding. And basically, it's like being on a road. And remember in the whole 2018 stuff, 2019, 2022, when it was just blocks upon blocks in front of us, and then there were people who are blocks. So finally, all of that has hopped off. It doesn't mean that the people have disappeared from the universe. It's just that universe kind of Jupiter actually gave them like either you can like bother other people or you can come get your things. Come on, you want your things. And so they're chasing their stuff. So that means our road is clear. But it's usually the way that it's happened is when we just about have our dreams, somebody comes and says, like, you're not hireable. You're not even ready. Don't you need extra college for that? Stuff, just come and bombard on it, even if you're saying, but they told me they want me. And they said that what I've got is all they need. All I do is physically put myself in there in the shoes and go there. It's like, yeah, but you know, shouldn't you? Don't you want to go? Then they like give then they give you an assignment. They're like, you should go become a veterinarian. You're like, I'm pretty sure I wanted to become a paralegal, but yeah, but the way you handle my dog, you really rate my dog. So then I could take my dog to come see you all the time. Could just be working down the road. Yeah, I know how to be a vet, but that's not what my life passions are. Meaning that's menial task. That's only short time happiness, and I don't want to. That's work. That's you get out of it. That's what you get out of it. Like, I want to fulfill my path and have perpetual happiness. So this path is granting us perpetual happiness. And guess what? Instead of it would be you, then it would be whatever, whoever or whatever blocking it like a wall. And then on the other side of all of that are your soul tribe walking up the path too. They can't see you and you can't see them because of the divide. Well, the divide, what happens when we remove the divide? No divide, all there is an open road where you see each other. Not only that, this Venus quality allows for everyone to recognize each other's light. So the only way I can explain this is kind of I had to borrow from my client a little bit. My clients, the people who they're working with or meeting recognize them and they recognize them. They're still in shock, like this is happening. Like they feel like they're like I'm literally like robbing from heaven's, a treasury. It was like, no, you're not robbing heaven's treasury. This was always yours. It was meant for you. It was always divine. Now we're waiting for the timing. So then, yeah, and then you go and you join your soul tribe. So yeah, so that's what's happening. So that which is already passed. So yeah, you would have already made those correlations, or they're already correlating into, well, that's more like the August 10th stuff, where now it's manifest. Because some people soul tribe, they haven't seen them in person, or they've only visited with them very, just briefly. So it's, yeah, so still working that out. That's because it's still, things need to manifest. Like, I'm being asked currently about, like, they're already enchanted, right? They're like, I want to just spend time with them, but they have a job to do. Like, what can, okay, so it's kind of like this. By the way, will they, handle 90%, or will they handle 100% of the the investment? So, so yeah, it's really speaking to materializations. What I'm saying. And in other words, okay, basically, you're telling us to, yes, keep your eye on the prize. You know how those signs are. Your fire signs, right? They're about the prize. Uh, Leos, the center. When you think of a prize, it's like this, the medallions, gold, or it's like the center. Um, is it precipice? Something like that. No, that's not the right word, but that's fine. But the center, to be in the center. So yeah, so just keep things. Of course, right now, the whole, let's be centered right now. That's what all that's coming from, and everyone that's like, I just want to focus on my home. That's it. I want to focus on my neighborhood. That's it. That's the vibration we're in moment, or this moment, which is of course Cancer. um, People's emotions, are actually very high, but I'm noticing that people are emotionally intelligent. So it's like this is a time to where you would really understand your emotions over the next, like, discernment. We'll say, let's change out emotion for discernment. So like your discernment is pretty steady right now. And one thing that you must not do, since my clients, when if anything, so like they start shaking and like feel like they want to go back, leave the whole thing, and just go find something easier, they reach out. So I want to say this so that hopefully it will stay with you. It's very key that you go further. Think of it like research. You can't stop in the middle of your research, because whatever is left to search, you won't know. And how would you know what you were meant to find unless you're doing continuing your research? So continue to make your journey, continue to go further into your research of what this will become. Of course, you have a plan, because that's what this is about. You have, because you would have, this is things that you had a plan before, but there was no solution. And you were like, if I could just touch the center of my cognitive, like if I could just, but you just couldn't. You just could not. But now this year you can. This year you've been able to touch the cognitive vibration, symbols of consciousness, and shape it and visualize it. And now we're going to materializing it soon. Okay, so that's it. That's what I have. You're caught up now. Now you know as much as we know so far. But if anything comes up, I'll let you know. And I'm going to take off for now.